is a beautiful spring day here in the Denver metro area, and I am super excited for today's video. Welcome back to the Mile High Living channel. I'm your host, Mitch Mahaffey, and today we are taking a first-hand look at Tri-Pointe homes here in the Painted Prairie Master Plan community. Now, Painted Prairie is a huge master plan community on the northeast side of the Denver metro area. We're only about 30 minutes away from downtown Denver and about 15 or so from Denver International Airport. Now, from the community, you have super easy access to E470, the toll road that goes around basically the entire Denver metro area, and Highway I-70. So you can go east, you can go into the mountains. Makes it a really good location to be able to take advantage of all that Colorado has to offer without paying the typical premium that you would if you lived on the west side of I-25. Now, this particular model that we are sitting in is model 2805 by Tri-Pointe Homes. It's coming in, this particular one that we're looking at is going to be 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a total of 3,120 square feet, not including the basement. Now, Tri-Pointe does have a decent amount of incentives for their homes. They're offering $40,000 as flex cash. Now, what that means is through using Tri-Pointe Connect, their in-home lender, their in-house lender, or whatever you want to call it, the lender that they own, that 40 grand can then be used towards buying your rate down, going towards your closing costs and your prepaid, or taking a reduction in the purchase price of the home itself. So that $40,000 really opens up a lot of flexibility when purchasing one of their homes here in the community. Now, that's enough yapping about the important details. Let's go take a look at the house itself, because I gotta tell you, I am blown away with what I've seen so far. Now, the quick move-in version of this model home that they have is currently on the market with 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, and 3,119 square feet, not accounting for the finished basement. Now, once we add the finished basement into that, you're looking at a home that's over 4,000 square feet, and the price is clocking in before that $40,000 incentive of $650,000. I don't know too many other builders where you can get a 4,000 square foot house and not be in the 800 to 900 plus price point. Now, we just started in the office, and I wanted to showcase this first because I think it's amazing that you do have an actual separate office and they haven't converted a bedroom into it. It is located right here on the main floor in the front of the house, right off of the entry. So the front door right here to my left, to your guys' right, and as we walk in, we are greeted by a very, very nicely laid out open floor plan. Now, staying true to a lot of the community and a lot of the design of the homes in this part of the neighborhood, we do have a 2-car alley load garage. But what I love about these guys compared to some of the other builders here, you don't sacrifice a yard whatsoever. So if you're like one of the 75% of other people that live in Colorado, you have a very nice modern home with nice high-end finishes on a very easy to maintain lot, and you still have space for the dogs. Now, one thing about Tri-Pointe is they do model everything. They deck it out to the gills. So you can see here, you've got this beautiful standalone island that is a waterfall, which is nice. So the countertop goes down both sides, really just gives it a much more premium feel. And that's what Tri-Pointe tries to do, is they build and they showcase their models to a very high standard, higher than most builders in this price point come in at. Now, you can kind of see throughout the rest of the kitchen, we do still have a gas cooktop and some nice upgraded Whirlpool appliances. This is a lot different than what Whirlpool's standard appliances that builders use are. And of course, dishwasher in the island. I will tell you guys this. This is the dishwasher that the builder put in my home. Find an excuse to get rid of it. You'll be doing yourself a favor. But coming back here, you've got some more countertop space on the side of the kitchen. They've got it modeled perfectly as a coffee bar and then pantry right here. The only thing I'm not liking about this downstairs area is how small the pantry is. You've got this beautiful big open kitchen. I would like a little bit more space in there. But coming back this way, you probably saw it in the panning shot, you have room for an 8-person dining room table without crowding the space whatsoever, and then access to what will be the backyard. Of course, this is the model home, so behind us is an alleyway and a parking lot and a construction site. Now, your bathroom that's going to be on the main floor is going to be tucked back here off of the entrance from the garage. Now, this is the sales office, so we're not going to open it up and disturb the ladies working. But powder bath number 1 right here. And then coming right off of what will be the garage, having a coat closet to kick the jackets, kick the shoes off right there so you're not traipsing through the house with wet or muddy shoes is super nice. I think for this one, we're gonna go upstairs first. So let's check out the rest of the house. Now, TriPoint is one of the few builders here in the Colorado market that still is offering a design center, which means once you go under contract, if you're at the point in the construction of the home you're buying, you might be able to pick out and upgrade some of your own finishes a la carte from what the builder had in mind, which is really nice because most builders this day across all price points are just pre-packaging the design and finish choices. So if you want some flexibility in being able to pick what you want, this will be a great option. And I specifically want to call out the fact that we are standing on LVP on the second floor and all the way up the stairs. Most builders are doing carpet. So I'm not crazy about carpet. I love LVP in high traffic areas like stairs and hallways. And what's directly behind you guys is the loft. So if downstairs wasn't enough space for you, you have this beautiful open loft here that is kind of the centerpiece of the second floor. So take a look at that because it's pinned squarely between the primary suite and the secondary bedrooms to my right. So let's start with the secondaries. We'll save the best for last. So coming this way, we have bathroom number 2 off to my right, secondary bedroom number 1, and secondary bedroom number 2 right here. Now, again, these are secondary bedrooms, so they're not gonna be the biggest, but that's okay. I think they've done a phenomenal job with the layout. You still have the 9-foot ceilings throughout the upstairs, which makes the entire upstairs feel a lot bigger and a lot nicer than some of the other homes we have looked at on the channel. And as far as secondary bedroom closets go, this is pretty generously sized. Now, bathroom number 2, again, love to see it, and I'm gonna call it out every time we look at a house together that has it, real tile floor where the water goes. Now, this is a combo shower and bathtub, and of course, we're gonna do the bathtub test. How big is this bathtub really? Oh, wow. All right, so if you're tall and you need to use this bath after a long day, it works great. Look at that. My knees are locked. Now, secondary bedroom 2 is right off of the bathroom that we just looked at, and I feel like this one's a little bit bigger than the first secondary bedroom. Now, closet on sliding doors, pretty standard, but you do have very nice tall doors. I cannot overstate how much more open and better it feels to have 9-foot ceilings on the second floor of the home. You're starting to see this more and more in some of the premium price points at 800, 900, million plus. So it's nice knowing you can still get some super high-end finishes without having to spend $1 million. Now, coming back out here, we'll give you a better look, another look, I should say, at the loft. Now, of course, they're gonna have it all decked out. In some of their communities, you can buy some of the furnishings. They can help coordinate that with you. But there is tons of space up here, and this is showcased beautifully, kind of as a workstation, home workstation. If you have kiddos, maybe a card table up here, family game night, or just another hangout spot. Again, with the tile where the water goes. We've got real tile in the laundry room, and I love that they've picked this washer and this dryer. It's Whirlpool, so it matches the rest of the appliances. I'm sure there's an appliance package that you can upgrade and get all of these included. It's nice that they picked ones that are up off the floor. And decent, you still have more storage space in here with the cabinets, but then right to my right, you have a linen closet for upstairs. Now, coming into the beautifully appointed primary suite, they've kind of done a little bit different design with the ceiling. I'm a big fan of that coffered ceiling, that tray ceiling look, and they've kind of replicated that using some crown molding, giving it that little bit higher end finish that we've been talking about that TriPoint loves to do. Now, this is staged with a full king size bed. I'm not gonna touch it. Oh, it is a mattress. A lot of builders will stage with, it's just an airbag with sheets over it, so that's cool. See, and Not to go on too much of a tangent, but stuff like this is what I've talked about in the past, especially when buying new construction in a place like Colorado where prices are where they're at. Small details matter. Is the builder cutting corners on cost to showcase the model home that's supposed to be beautiful and perfect and make you fall in love with it? Big places they'll do that is the staging, but this is a proper mattress that they have used. So they're not even cutting corners on the design and the showcase, which I love. Bonus points to TriPoint for that. Now, coming in here, we have another, wow, a little bit of echo in here. It's gonna look a lot smaller on camera than it really is. This is a great size ensuite bath. Let's do the shower. Let's see how big this is, because there's no bathtub in the primary. Again, staying true to design trends these days. Yeah, plenty of space to stand in the cold. This is huge. So I'll direct you guys, men, they've thought of us. You've got this beautiful spot right here to hang your 3 t-shirts and the same pair of shoes you've been wearing since college. Right there, ladies, you'll probably run out of space, but it might take you a little bit longer than you anticipated. All right, so if that wasn't enough space for you, or you're like me and you're keeping track, there was only 3 bedrooms upstairs, albeit that loft really makes a difference. We're in the basement now. Now, there is a lot more space to this basement than what they have shown off by the way they finished it out. So the basement adds about 1,000 square feet total to the house. They don't have that full 1,000 finished off. I'll show you where the storage bits are because it's on both ends, so you've got plenty of space if you were to finish it out or buy it from the builder with the finished basement. Now, secondary living space down here, this would be great. Shove the home theater system, shove the video games, shove the noisemakers down here so they don't disturb upstairs. And now the more I think of it, you have the loft, you have this space down here. You could probably get away with not having a TV on the main floor at all. Keep that main floor free from electronics. Now over here, there's a secondary space that they've got modeled as kind of a workout area, decent size, works great. I don't know if they would like me opening this and pouring it into a bowl of ice at 4:30 in the morning, but it's an option. Now over here is storage space 1 on the basement. I'll kick the lights on for you. Now I've pointed out in a few other model homes from other builders that I'll call out again here. Now, if you look at the PEX piping, there was a recall. The colored blue and red PEX piping does wear out, specifically the red side, the hot side wears out a lot faster. This is the updated post-settlement good stuff. So you want to make sure that the builder is using this, because there are some builders that have not moved their supply to the proper PEX lines. Now, storage space 1 back here, sump pump in the ground. So on those wet spring days, you don't have to worry about water getting down and staying near the foundation of the home. Next bathroom, decent size as far as basement bathrooms go, matching countertops to the rest of the home. Now, bedroom number 4 is another secondary bedroom, we'll call it, because it's not the primary suite. This is much bigger than the other bedrooms upstairs. So if you have the teenager or you need more space for a guest bedroom, basement's a great spot for it. For scale, I know it's kind of hard to tell on the camera, this is a king size bed that they have in here, and you're not completely out of room. You're not sacrificing that much floor space by putting the bigger bed down here. And then nice size closet off of this as well. As far as basements go, I'm pretty impressed with how they've appointed it. And then back here is the other storage space. It might be a little dark in here, so bear with us, but with the way it's laid out, this is where your mechanicals are gonna be. You've got your data drop right here for your internet. I don't know about this because the model home that we're in has the sales office where the garage is. Your sprinkler control box will probably be in the garage. Nice tankless water heater and a carrier furnace, plenty of space, plenty of size for the amount of square footage that these are working with. Now, remember, these guys are offering $40,000 in incentives towards the purchase price of one of the homes here in this community. Now, if you do like what you see and you are ready to buy a home here in Colorado, I would love nothing more than the opportunity opportunity to help make that a reality. Call me, text me, whatever's easiest. Phone number's on the screen. And while you're at it, make sure you smack the subscribe button because we've got more great videos coming at you guys every single week. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Mitch, that's way too much house for me. Don't worry, we're about to head next door and showcase another model. All right, now this is the second model here at Painted Prairie that we're gonna be looking at. This is plan 2803. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and it's clocking in at 2,500 and some change square footage. Let's head inside. Now I gotta tell you, first impressions off of the entryway here, I like that we still have a bit of a separate entry. We're not walking right into the family room or the kitchen or any other spot, which I didn't call out in the last model, but I really like that. Having this separate entryway. Right off the front door, coat closet 1, and this leads to the basement. So your stairs are in the front here. But again, oof, heavy door. Plan 2803, 2,553 square foot, not counting the basement. So it's not gonna be as big. We're not gonna have as much space to work with, but I think the flow of this floor plan, it's interesting. It's different. And one thing that we were talking about off camera, this feels different than a traditional open floor plan, is because open floor plans are getting more and more rectangular, whereas the homes here that TriPoint is building are very square. The dimensions are very square, the rooms are very square. Okay, now coming into the kitchen here, again, we have a separate island which really opens up that countertop space and very nicely appointed quartz countertops throughout. As big of a fan as I am of TriPoint so far, I don't know if I'm crazy about this particular package. I don't know how I like this dark brown, medium dark brown with that brushed bronze that we were talking about last week. I don't know if it's just I haven't seen it before, so I'm just not used to it, because typically they'd put like a black finish or no hardware on the cabinets, or what. I'll check in with you guys when we're upstairs while I have more time to think about it. You're not gonna run out of cabinet space in this house. And if you do, we can talk about get you the one next door that's even bigger. Now, different model, different price. This one's coming in $25,000 to $50,000 less than the home next door that we just looked at before the incentive, but they've done a good job showcasing some of the other design options that you have. This one has an upgraded kitchen package by KitchenAid. So you've got matching dishwasher, fridge, oven, and microwave, still having that gas cooktop. I cannot stress this to you enough. For the money that you spend on a home in Colorado, in my opinion, you'd be crazy to not get gas cooking. Over here, a little bit smaller of a dining room space, but plenty of space. We've got a 6-person table there instead of 8 like next door. Again, different house, it flows really well. And then family room right here, all off of the main area. Now coming to the back of the house, since they are all alley load garages, this is gonna be the entry from the garage. This is a construction office, so we're not gonna bother them. But right off of this here, you have coat closet, coat, shoes, anything goes right here. Again, you're not traipsing through the entire house in wet or muddy shoes, and a decent sized powder bath. They're so different, the finishes. I'm kind of taken aback because I've not seen anything like this. Like this wallpaper, feel that wallpaper. That's weird. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. And then quartz countertops again. So staying true to the customizability that you have with TriPoint. I'm really impressed with what they've done with the space that we have with this model. Now I want to show off the scale of this staircase here going to the upstairs from the main floor. One, the natural lighting is amazing, but we came up with a new measuring unit off of camera, and we're gonna go with the Mitch scale. So we've decided that this is obviously the best way to measure things. So to give you guys some scale, because I know how hard it is to tell on camera, this is about 3 of me tall. So 3 Mitches tall here in the staircase. Now, it's a 50-50 thing for me personally, because I also have a pretty tall staircase, and it's cool because look at all this natural light But then there are some times where I'm like, there's a lot of dead space there. What else could we do with this space? Now, we'll show you the rest of the upstairs, and I'm having a hard time articulating what I would change because of how impressive the rest of this layout is. All right, now the bathroom for upstairs for the secondary bedrooms is pinned squarely between them, and they have done some of the things that I brag about on the channel, or I talk about a lot on the channel that I love to see. Tile all the way to the ceiling in the shower. It is a combo shower and tub. I think we're gonna skip the tub test on this one because it's the exact same tub that is in the model next door, so I already know how big it is. Real tile on the floor and showcasing a different style quartz countertop. Now, this is a different color than what we saw last. It's not quite as goldy almost as the bronze, but it works. It's really working for me. So secondary bedroom number 1 right here, decent size. Again, it's a secondary bedroom. They're not gonna be huge. This is a full-size bed for scale. I love the design finishes throughout this model. I don't wanna sound like a broken record, but it's cool. I have not seen model homes here in Colorado decorated like this. This is a very, very nice change. Closet right behind me, standard size closet for a secondary bedroom. Linen closet right here between the bathroom and the bedrooms. Great. Secondary bedroom feels a little bit bigger. Could just be how it's laid out. We've got a futon here instead of a bed. So I imagine with the bed it'll probably come out to like right here. So yeah, I take it back, probably same size, but just the finishes. Like, what? Bigger closet on this one. So maybe it is a little bit bigger. Bigger closet on this one. From what we've seen so far, the bigger bedroom has a bigger closet off of it, but I'm gonna show you my favorite part. And I like this one more than the primary suite from the model next door. Now, it doesn't have the loft, so you don't have that secondary living space, but we do have a basement, which we'll show you guys that as well. But let's check out the primary. Right off of the primary is our washer and dryer. This is our laundry room. Where's the light switch? This is the laundry room right off of the primary. That's great. Again, real tile floor. Only drawback, if water leaks, you're leaking through 2 floors here. But the convenience factor far outweighs that. Now, I like this primary suite in this model better than the one next door. And it kind of gives me Stranger Things vibes because we've got floor on the ceiling. As a design showcase, you do have LVP up here. I don't really know what else to say other than it's just cool. Like, how they've done this works. Now, I think this is what solidifies it for me for this primary suite compared to the one next door. I like the bathroom more. Has a way more open feeling, way more square feeling. Of course, we have the Colorado water closet, don't forget about that. But a very beautiful quartz countertop. The finishes in here match the secondary bathroom that we just showed you guys. And then closet right here off of the bathroom. This is a really good size. I've definitely seen smaller primary closets. So this works really well. And then shower, again, it's huge, plenty of space to stand in the corner because, you know, the water's way too hot. You know what I mean? Now the basement, which we're currently standing in this model, is unfinished, and I still wanted to show you guys because it shows you the amount of flexibility that you have when buying one of these tri-point homes. Now this showcases you a full basement for storage space or the footprint that you have to work with if you wanted to finish it yourself. Now again, in true Colorado basement fashion, all of your mechanicals and water hookups and mains are all gonna be down here, but it kind of gives you an idea of the space you have to work with. It's not quite a full print basement because to my right, your guys' left, is the garage in the driveway. So we don't have that part excavated, that's fine. Decent space to work with. If you wanted to put in a home gym, if you wanted to put an office or anything down here. Now I wanted to make sure that we showed you guys the outdoor space that you're working with because like I mentioned earlier, most alley load new homes, you don't have this outdoor space. Now, of course, it's not gonna be as big as a non-alley load garages, but lots of space to spread out. You got dogs, throw them out here. You can finish this off a little bit different with the landscaping. There's a lot of things you can do here. I like that there is a yard and it goes up the side here as well. So to enjoy beautiful spring weather like this, you don't have to leave the comfort of your own patio. Now, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to Tri Pointe Homes for allowing us to showcase their beautiful model homes for you guys. Like I mentioned last week, some builders are kind of weird about it, others are super welcoming about it. So you guys can expect to see a lot more Tri Pointe on the channel, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. And hey, when it does come time to buy a home here in the Denver metro area or anywhere in northern Colorado, I would love the opportunity to help you out. Phone number's on the screen. Give me a call, give me a text, whatever's easiest for you. I'd love to make that move a reality for you. Hey, once again, this is the Mile High Living channel. I'm your host, Mitch Mahaffey, and I will see you guys in the next one.